What's up everyone? Today I will explain a martial arts action film about a group of assassins fighting to obtain a dead monk's body, believed to grant the holder unrivaled fighting skills. Enjoy. 800 years ago, monk Bodhi journeyed from India to China, where he mastered kung fu in the mountains. After he died, his remains were stolen and split into two. Rumor spread that whoever possessed his remains would master kung fu and rule the martial arts universe. This led to many bloody battles. Now, the Dark Stone, a secret guild of assassins, have joined the battle and are after half of the remains, rumored to be possessed by Minister Zhang Haiduan. The members of Dark Stone are formidable. Drizzle is an expert swordswoman, able to leave many cuts and stabs using her flexible water swords. Lei Bin is skilled with flying needles. The magician combines magic tricks with weapons. Finally, their leader is known as the Wheel King. The minister was killed and his son, Zhang Renfeng, was stabbed in the heart and left to die. Amidst the chaos, Drizzle escaped with Bodhi's remains and went into hiding. The Wheel King announces a bounty on Drizzle to the other assassins. As per the laws of the martial arts world, monk Bodhi's remains will be finders keepers. Drizzle is hunted by other assassins on her journey and kills everyone she meets. Later, she meets Renfeng, who was still alive and seeking vengeance for his father. She kills him again. A passing monk disciple, Wisdom, laments being unable to save him. They spend 3 months together to train their skills. He reveals that Drizzle has not mastered 4 techniques for her weapon and worries that she will be killed if she ever duels with a real master. He demonstrates the 4 missing techniques that can defeat her fighting style, but her survival reflexes causes her to accidentally stab him. As he lay dying, he advises her to leave the martial arts world and stop killing more people. He tells her to take Bodhi's remains to a monk named Delusion in the Yunhe temple. He reveals the secret of Bodhi's remains and dies afterwards. Drizzle visits a mysterious physician, asking for a new face so that she can start over a new life. He then performs the surgery using poisonous insects that will eat her facial bones. She later visits the monk Delusion and asks him to explain a phrase that Wisdom told her. "I am willing to become a bridge for 500 years. He tells her the story of a disciple professing his love for a girl to Buddha, stating his willingness to be a bridge and endure 500 years of weathering as long as the girl crosses the bridge once. Feeling guilty for killing her poetry-loving simp, she leaves, determined to live a righteous life. Years later, Drizzle is living under the name of Zern Jing. She moves to the capital and rents a new house. The Dark Stone assassins visit an oil shop owner, Fatty, who oversees their bribes from various officials. He updates them that Drizzle is suspected to have left the capital and that Drizzle's replacement has been found, a woman named Turquoise. She is a nymphomaniac who killed her impotent husband as he's unable to have sexy time with her because Viagra doesn't exist back then. The magician sneaks into prison and drops a pill into her water which causes her to appear dead. The Wheel King later digs up her buried body and invites her to join them or be killed. Zern Jing later gains a new simp, Sheng, who pretends to pass by her stall every time it rains to help her pack up and invite her to tea. Tired of Tinder grandma's matchmaking, she dates him and eventually proposes to him. The married couple starts living a normal life. Fatty is later found dead, and the classified records and bribe money were stolen. Meanwhile, assassins from another clan pretend to rob the bank to steal the other half of Bodhi's remains from a banker, Zhang Dajing. The couple happened to visit the bank during the fight, where everyone is immobilized using qi blocking. The assassins fail to find the corpse at the bank and starts killing everyone to silence them. Fortunately, they manage to regain their mobility in time, and Zern Jing fights them off and blinds one of the assassins. Shang is shocked by his wife's martial arts skills. She tries to explain, but he stops her, saying the past doesn't matter and that he accepts her as his wife no matter what. Later, the Wheel King interrogates the assassin from the bank and discovers the woman who fought them was Drizzle and that she is living in the capital. He kills him off and summons the remaining assassins from Dark Stone with a flare. Shang comes home to find 3 Dark Stones, left by the Dark Stone assassins as a message. Lei Bin later finds Drizzle despite her new face. She rushes home to find the 3 stones and hides it from her husband, who pretends everything is normal. At night, she lights a candle that puts him to sleep and opens her doors for Darkstone's assassins. The Wheel King questions if she killed Fatty and she denies any involvement. They make an agreement to let her and her husband go if she helps them to procure the other half of the remains and return the remains she stole. He warns that he will be keeping an eye on her and leaves. The assassins agree to meet at the inn in 3 days, where a rich but crippled banker, Zhang Da-jing, is said to be buying the other half of the corpse. He already has half of the corpse and wishes to obtain the remaining half so his legs can function. However, it was just a trick to steal the bottom half that he possessed, which is real. A fight breaks out and Dark Stone manages to obtain the corpse, but they fight among themselves over who should keep it. Drizzle returns the half corpse she stole years ago and tries to leave but is stopped by Turquoise. The Wheel King kills Magician and goes after Drizzle next, revealing to the others that he had intentionally taught her 4 mistakes in her sword technique. Having already known about the weaknesses, she managed to dodge some attacks and escape. She returns home injured and instructs her husband to leave the capital and forget about her if she does not make it. She tells him that everything about her life is buried at the Yunhe temple's graveyard. He helps her to bed and prepares the house for a duel as he knows Dark Stone will be looking for them. He digs up his dual swords which he had hidden under the floor. The condition of the dull swords amuses the assassins. He manages to stall for time to sharpen his swords, finally displaying his sharpened swords to reveal his identity as Ren Feng, the son of the magistrate who was killed years ago. He kills Lei Bin but Turquoise manages to escape. The next morning, he steals Monk Bodhi's corpse from the Wheel King's house. He goes after the Wheel King, who turns out to be a low-ranking eunuch. He reveals himself as the one who killed Fatty, and invites him to duel at the Yunhe temple. The Wheel King realizes his identity after noticing his pairing swords and mocks him for marrying the woman who killed his father. Shang brings Drizzle to the doctor and informs him that he is leaving for a duel. He begs the doctor not to tell her his identity. But the doctor remarks that it could be destiny that their paths crossed even after they both changed their faces for a new life. Turquoise visits the Wheel King to help with her injuries. While trying to have sexy time with him, she realizes he is an eunuch. The Wheel King reveals that Monk Bodhi had a secret kung fu that could regenerate body parts and wants to use the remains to regain his horny weapon. Turquoise believes that because many people have fought over the corpse, the final result of any regeneration would be a joke. She decides to leave after taking her share of money but is buried alive by the Wheel King afterwards. Drizzle wakes up and goes to the temple to find her husband. He confronts her, revealing his real identity and that he knows the truth about her past. He reveals he survived so many times as his organs were reversed. He had asked the doctor for a new face and went to the capital to look for Drizzle, only keeping her alive so he could lure the other Darkstone assassins out for revenge. Drizzle asks if he had ever loved her. He replies that he never did and was unable to forgive her. However, he would spare her life and asks to never see her again. They have a couple fight and she eventually stabs him on his left chest, feeding him tortoise powder to immobilize him and make him appear dead. She reveals her money hidden away under the floors of their house and tells him to take the money to start a new family if she dies. She promises to avenge his father's death and sends a flare signal to the Wheel King. When he arrives at the graveyard, she tells him the secret wisdom had revealed about Bodhi's corpse before he died. Bodhi had a high level of spiritual cultivation, so it was useless for the Wheel King as his heart is full of violence. He is fated to be an eunuch his whole life. They start to duel and the Wheel King taunts her by reminding her of the 4 mistakes he intentionally taught and offers to demonstrate to her. She recalls the words of wisdom and performs the 4 moves wisdom taught, successfully defeating the Wheel King. However, she was severely injured during the fight. She walks towards Ren Feng, telling him she was willing to turn into a bridge for 500 years, before collapsing. Touched by everything she has done, he tears up as he watches her fall, unable to do anything to save her. The effects of the powder wears off and he finds her still alive. Having forgiven her, he is relieved and carries her home, telling her they still have many years ahead of them. Hoped you like this movie. Comment what other movies or anime you would like to see. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.